This is a cotton plant, and this is the same plant about 9 months later, wound into a cone and ready to become the yarn that we crochet and knit with. That soft, breathable, beautiful fiber you've probably reached for dozens of times without even giving it a thought. But before it ever reached the craft store shelves, it went through an incredible journey involving enormous machines, thousands of moving parts, and a process that's honestly fascinating. So, where did it actually come from? Not the craft stores and not a warehouse, but I mean, where did it come from before any of that? And a lot of the things that I found out was news to me, from seed to stash, and everything that happens in between these two moments is fascinating. And I want to walk you through the factory process so we can see exactly how cotton becomes yarn, from field all the way to cone. And by the end of this video, I'll think you look at that skein in your stash a little differently. Before any factories involved, there's just a tiny seed. Cotton grows best in warm climates with long growing seasons. Over the next several months, that seed becomes a plant covered in beautiful flowers. And here's something I never knew until starting to research this video. Those flowers actually change colors as they mature, starting out cream, then turning pink, and finally a deep red before they fall away. What's left behind is called a cotton boll. Inside that little pod, thousands of cotton fibers, technically called seed hairs, grow wrapped around these seeds. As the boll dries, it eventually bursts open, revealing the fluffy white cotton we're all familiar with. And at this point, it still doesn't look like anything that's sitting in our craft room. For centuries, cotton was picked entirely by hand. Today, specialized harvesting machines do most of the work, collecting the cotton from vast fields in a fraction of the time. From here, the harvest is taken to a cotton gin, where the fibers are separated from seed. The clean cotton is called lint. It's then compressed into a massive 500-pound bales. And now, for the first time, you're ready to step inside the factory and watch those bales begin their transformation into the yarn that we buy. Look at the scale of this. Those massive 500-pound bales are lined up in long rows, and these machines, called an automated plucker, travels back and forth across the top, pulling away small amounts of cottons from dozens of bales at the same time. This isn't just for speed, it's intentional. Every bale is slightly different, so blending fibers from many bales creates a more consistent yarn before the manufacturing process even begins. From there, the cotton is blown through a network of large ducts into the cleaning machines. And at this point, it almost looks like the cotton is floating through the factory. And if you notice the name Trexler on the equipment, that's one of the best known manufacturers of textile machinery in the world. These machines remove leaf fragments, dust, dirt, and other bits of plant materials before the fibers move into the next stage. Now, I know a lot of you are curious about where's this factory even located. The original video never identifies the factory, so I can't tell you for certain, but judging by the scale, the machinery, and the comments from the viewers familiar with the textile industry, it appears to be in South Asia, possibly India or Pakistan, both of which among the world's largest cotton textile producers. Then comes carding. One of you commented that watching this at this stage was like combing order out of chaos, and I couldn't have said it better. Inside the carding machines, thousands of fine wire teeth gently untangle the random clumps of cotton and straighten the fibers into the same direction. As they leave the machine, they form one long, soft rope of fiber called a sliver. This is where quality really begins. If the fibers aren't aligned here, every step that follows becomes more difficult, and the finished yarn won't be as smooth or consistent. After carding, slivers are layered together to form what's called a lap. Next comes combing. This step isn't used for every type of cotton yarn, but when it is, it's one of the reasons premium cotton feels soft. Fine metal combs remove the short, uneven fibers, leaving behind only the longer, smoother ones. So, when you see combed cotton on the label, this is exactly what you're paying for, that extra step that creates the softer, stronger, and more refined yarn. From there, the fibers move into the drawing frame. Think of it as a machine that gently stretches and blends the slivers together, pulling them into one finer, more uniform strand. It might not look like much is happening here, but this is where the machine fine-tunes the consistency that every step forward depends on. It's still hard to believe that this soft rope of cotton is only a few steps away from becoming the yarn that we crochet or knit with. Up until now, we've just been preparing the cotton. And here it is. It's the moment that we've been building towards. This is where those loose fibers finally become yarn. Ring spinning. This is considered the gold standard for producing high-quality cotton yarn. Each spindle stretches the fiber even further before twisting them together into the yarn itself. The ring is a circular track at the base of the spindle where a tiny metal piece called a traveler races around at incredible speeds. As the traveler moves, it inserts just the right amount of twist while the bobbin winds the finished yarn. And here's what's fascinating. Manufacturers can fine-tune that twist depending on what they want that finished yarn to do. Changing the amount of twist changes how the finished yarn behaves, affecting its strength, softness, and durability. Finding the right balance is part engineering and part experience. One textile engineer in the comments pointed out just how complex this balancing act really is, and they're absolutely right. It's a beautiful intersection between physics, engineering, and craftsmanship. The bobbins coming off the ring spinning machines are relatively small, so the yarn is rewound into these much larger shipping cones. Before it's ready to leave the factory, every length of yarn passes through an electronic quality inspection. The machines are constantly checking for thick spots, thin spots, weak sections, and knots. If a defect is detected, the machine automatically cuts out those sections and splices the two good ends back together. It all happens so quickly that the process barely slows down. It's one final quality check before the yarn is packed and shipped around the world. Cotton is everywhere. It's in our clothes, our bed sheets, towels, medical supplies, and of course, in our world of crochet and knit. For us as crafters, it's the fiber we reach for when we want that crisp stitch definition, breathable summer garments, sturdy dishcloths, market bags, or detailed amigurumi. It doesn't have that stretch that acrylic has, but that's exactly what gives cotton its clean, defined stitches. So, the next time you reach for your yarn stash, remember, this just didn't appear. It started as a tiny seed and grew into a living plant and passed through an incredible journey of harvesting, cleaning, carding, combing, drawing, spinning, winding before it ever reached your hands. But not every fiber begins with the same story in the field. Some begins elsewhere in a completely different place. If you ever wondered how acrylic yarn was made, the answer starts in an oil refinery. And the journey is every bit as fascinating. I've linked that video right here, so make sure you check that out. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye guys!